right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Ben's Brick Designs. I'm Ben. Happy Sunday, June 30th. Happy birthday to me. Today's my 51st birthday. I'm very congested. This is how I want to spend the day. Not a huge birthday. We went out last night and tied one on a little bit, so a little slow this morning, but I had a good time seeing friends and doing stuff. It was very enjoyable. So here we are. Thank you very much, Missy. Today we're going to be working on the not brand new. We're moving away from Horizon Zero Dawn into Horizon Forbidden West. As most of you are aware, the Lego has created now will be coming out with in November, December, Horizon Adventures, Lego Horizon Adventures, and it's going to be Aloy in her world, and I'm guessing you will probably be another character that kind of accompanies her through her journeys. I don't know if you'll be playing as her. I'm going to switch the ticker here. Horizon Forbidden West. I don't know how much of the game is going to actually have Forbidden West in it, or if it's just going to be Zero Dawn, or what they're going to do with it before it comes out. So I have a feeling that they'll probably do Forbidden West or Zero Dawn to start, kind of the area and the machines, and then DLC some stuff onto it later. So that aside, that's the Lego side of it. On the Horizon side of it, this is the second chapter in the game. The first chapter, Zero Dawn, had a DLC for Frozen Wilds, which we've worked on recently. And I'll pull those up and show you where we are in those. But I thought I'd spend this last stream that I'm able to do this week doing a Burrower, which is one of the first machines you run into in Forbidden West. So you start the game pretty much where the old game left off. It's been 6 months. You've been out hunting for clues about stuff. And the first thing you do is kind of this is how the controls work in this game segment. And you walk through kind of a ruins with your friend Varl. And you kind of learn the new functions of the game this time around. It kind of introduces you to some new components and things. So the first animal you run into is a Burrower. Now, technically, the Burrower should have been around the whole time in Zero Dawn because you haven't gone to the Forbidden West at this point, but they're using this to introduce you to the new machines and how to fight them and stuff. So it's a resource gathering or a recon. It's a recon machine, just like the Watchers. So the kind of the two-legged chicken-looking little ones are called Watchers, and then there's higher powered ones called Red Eye Watchers. These are similar to that in that they have scanners that they can detect stuff. They kind of guard other larger resource gathering machines, so they kind of roam in packs of anywhere between 2 and 5. It's not a whole lot usually. The difference between this and the Red Eyes is these guys will dig underground and kind of surprise you, right? So if you're fighting against them, they burrow underground, hence the name. And usually they'll try to pop up right underneath you. So it's kind of a mix between a Watcher and a Rock Breaker. The animal analog for this would probably be like a mole. So we'll kind of base everything that we do off that. But you can see it's not a very big one. It's not a very big machine. It does stand on its little hind legs. I think it's really cute when it kind of stands up to detect stuff. This is a good shot of some concept art, if not fan art. And you can see they're not terribly big. I'm trying to get another image of one by Aloy. These are going to be probably about the size of the scroungers and scrappers, so not terribly big compared to a minifig. Oh, gotta sneeze. Yeah, give me 2 seconds while I go off camera and try to sneeze. Okay, not happening. Cool. So you can see how big it is. This is actually a little bigger than I wanted it to be. Aloy should be about this big compared to these things sit below you. Like when you're playing the game, your head comes above these guys. They're pretty small. They're hyena size, right? Coyote size. So they're not huge. They're a little bigger than what a coyote might be, honestly, but they're not that small. But, you know, going based off what I can build with, you know, available parts. So the Watcher is also a very small build. I think I've got a Red Eye Watcher in here for comparison, and we can kind of use this. Oh, I do have a Watcher to gauge size. So this is how it's built coming out of the box with the tall neck. And you can see they're not huge. Honestly, I think they probably could be a little smaller in this compared to the figure, but I didn't design this. And again, at this scale, you need to be able to get the pieces in there that you can. So this will be about the same size as the Burrower. The Burrower is not going to be much bigger than this. It feels like it rides a little lower to the ground. It's got little legs, but it does have the ability to kind of stand up like a prairie dog or meerkat or something. So it's got some really neat qualities. But we'll get started on it. So this guy, this is a pretty good image, and I think this is directly from the game anyway. So we'll get working on this. What is everybody's plans for this week? Let me know what you got going on. Anything you want to chat about? I know tomorrow's release day for Lego, and let's take a quick look before we get started. Lego July 1st, 2024 releases. First. So I'm going to try to get the Bumblebee tomorrow. I don't know. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to go to the store or just order it online. It doesn't matter if I get it from the store or not, because I won't be able to do anything with it until after Brick Rodeo, so the following week. So it really won't matter. I am gonna get Bumblebee. I might try to get Legolas and Gimli. Oh, nice. Well, happy birthday to your brother. I hope you guys celebrate and have a good time. Bumblebee. I'm not getting the Lamborghini, but that does look sweet. Not getting that Brickhead. Not getting this book. So that's kind of it. There's really not a lot July 1st, so it's going to be Bumblebee. I may have to stay up till 11 p.m. tonight and get it off of online, because I'll just have it shipped to me. If I was able to stream on Thursday, I might go to the store and get it. And I don't think there's any like store exclusives or anything like that, so I'll probably just do that. That way I don't have to go anywhere tomorrow at 8 in the morning. So anyway, that's what we'll do. So yeah, the head is very similar. I want to change it up a little bit, but it's kind of instead of a single eye, it's got this slit for an eye, so I'll have to figure out how to make that. It's got this little container in its back again, so we'll have to do that. I have a feeling, and I know he's twisty, like he's snaky, ferret-like, can like move all directions kind of thing, but I think we're this size, we may have to limit it to some of these clips and stuff. It's probably not going to be too much different than the Watcher, honestly, but and he's got a little bitty claw, like his claws are even smaller than the Watchers. He's got little baby claws. So I would figure out how to do that. So the next one you meet after Burrower, ironically in the game, is one of the bigger fights, or one of the bigger machines that you fight. So you fight some burrowers the whole time. You do a lot of investigating. You learn a lot of new things. You try out all your new controllers, and then you kind of put it to the test because you get to like an area that looks like it was a shuttle launch station. So it has like a space shuttle vehicle with some boosters around it and a gantry, but it's all rusted out and grown over. And then you keep seeing off in the distance as you're getting closer and closer to your objective. This giant snake thing has been kind of slithering around, and there's dead Oseram and different people all over the place. And then you end up fighting it at the end, but there are 3 of them, and it's huge. It's Thunderjaw size, right? It's called a Slitherfang. And ironically, that's the second one. So after this, we'll do a Slitherfang. But you're able to fight it early on because it's like pinned. It's a big snake cobra looking thing, but you're able to fight it because it's already been damaged by something, and it, like, half the time it's pinned by rubble, so you can just kind of shoot at it. It's not terribly difficult. And then after that, you don't fight anything new until you get to the actual Forbidden West. You're still kind of in Zero Dawn area. You're in Meridian. You haven't gone past the barrier that is the one map to the other yet. So when you get there, that's when all the new machines start showing up. Let's see. Yeah, this is going to be squirrely. I might try something different and do, maybe we could build around a tube. So there's flexible tubes or hoses that you can have that are, they're not those. They're actually called rigid hoses. I don't know how long this is technically supposed to be. Maybe it has a, so we can find, so this is cool. Like, this takes you to the website where the person who helped design oh, they have a little grill on their face, probably for weapons. They've got hooks on their tails by the looks of it. So I'll have to try to figure out how to incorporate some of that. It does have a little coil back here, so that'll be good to remember. It's armored. Hey, what's up, man? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. I watched your promo for your dice tower. That's really great, man. I wish you luck. I didn't know you'd had it out for so long. It's got quite a few supporters on it, so that's awesome. So this is it's technically a tracker burrower. Oh, hang on. I'll be right back. Hello. Hey. Thank you. No, I'm doing my Lego stream, so I've been up for a while. Oh yeah, but I mean, no one's watching. Yeah, I know. Say hi to Rita. Yeah, I'm pounding coffee to get rid of it, so we'll see. All right, love you. Bye. All right, y'all. Thank you for your patience. That was my brother calling me to wish me a happy birthday. New picture in the process of being approved. Changed design a bit from the original. It still looks amazing. And having it like rotate in the presentation video is choice. It's a really good way for people to be able to see it. So often you get new videos and stuff added, and it's just like static videos or static photos, and you're kind of like, oh, I can't really tell what it is. But being able to rotate it, you get a sense of like scale and construction and everything. Thank you very much. I'm old, as evidenced by what little we did and how late we were out last night, and how it's just today's going to be a recovery day. So there you go. But luckily I have this week off getting ready for Brick Radio. I took the whole week off. So if I don't want to do anything tomorrow, I'm not going to do anything tomorrow. I do have some presentations to figure out for Brick Rodeo. So, all right. So, this is what I was looking for when I got distracted. I wanted to see if there was something that had like an official like data point about the Burrower, like how big it is. I know a lot of these don't. There's very little on like the size and dimensions of the machines. They don't, which I think is kind of a thing they could add. I think that'd be interesting to have a like a height and length and tonnage, maybe poundage. I think that'd be kind of neat to add as a little stat in there to kind of give it an idea of how big these things are and how heavy. Because even though this is a smaller one, this probably weighs about as much as a car. Probably a ton and a half, something like that. Anyway, I get that feeling too. Yeah, I wasn't going to say anything, but I think it's the graybeard generation kind of thing. I don't really think there's a... Yeah, it says lightweight class. So, I mean, it's hard to tell. It doesn't have information on here. So that's why everything's kind of a guess. But so if I wanted to do, let's try a little longer, maybe. No, a little longer. Maybe like that. So I think the idea is it's cheapest in white. How about just black? Can we just do it in black? If we do a hose like this, it doesn't have to have hinges. It can just bend, right? A lot of these things, the size of it dictates kind of how functional it can be. Like this is limited and it can't turn its head, obviously. Its legs don't actually look like that in the game, but they're doing their best with a look. I think this piece is perfect for like the thick, chunky kind of machine tail that it has. So, but if we give this something like, I still don't know how really big this is, but, I don't think much bigger than this. Let's just kind of keep it about there. This will give us, a center spine to attach stuff to. We can slide bricks in and out of it, and we can clip stuff to it. So if we wanted to do, like its main body, Save, save, save. Hi, Glenn. Happy birthday to you, too. Your birthday was recently. So happy birthday to you as well. I've already saved recently. Don't probably need to save again, but... So yeah, we do a couple of these to give it like a centerpiece. Now, this would be great if this thing came in orange, but it doesn't. I don't know if there's any tubes that come in, or hoses that come in orange. Let's try. Let's pick orange because that's our thing, and then we'll pick only show us the orange hoses and see what we get. There's something about June, man. There's one of my best friend's birthday was like 3 days ago. One of my other best friend's birthday is Tuesday. Your birthday, my stepmom's birthday. We were at karaoke last night and 3 different people had birthdays. So, and obviously the people who are out celebrating are going to have birthdays and stuff because you're out celebrating. But, you know, I don't recall being somewhere like the last few months where we're like, hey, it's so-and-so's birthday. We're like, there was 4 people in the place last night that had a birthday within the week. So what happened in late September, early October, the year before? It's not really like a doing it holiday. I mean, I can understand September birthdays. Everybody's getting cozy at New Year's Eve or Christmas or something, but something happening, Halloween, Labor Day, kind of weird. All right, so what hoses are available in orange? And how expensive are they? That's a little short. This probably is going to be a little long. Yeah. So, options. We can keep this up here as an internal structure for this, and then add onto it in the back. They kicked back my changes last night, resubmit about an hour ago. The approval process for ideas and stuff has been so slack and awful of late. They, when they were doing the, why is that so low? There we go. When they were doing the challenges, I kind of went over the top. Oh, thank you. That reminds me, I got to take them all off of Bricklink. I don't like that they're up there because Bricklink is like, once you submit them here, they're ours. I'm like, I got to take all that stuff down. And I have to also go through and put watermarks and all my stuff on Rebrickable too, because it's probably going to be stolen at some point. It hasn't yet, but I've had 2 things show up on AliExpress that were like, well, that's mine. I probably should take that down. Uh-oh, I hear keys rustling. Yeah. Somebody's going to go get us coffee. Happy birthday coffee. Yeah. All right. My huge, please. All right. I'll be back. All right. Yeah, the microfighter stuff is a lot of fun and real simple. Like we did one, the recent one we did. Let's see if we can find it. Did I put it in here? And I like these because we can do them, I can do them really fast. I thought I did a new one. Yeah, didn't we do... Did I put it in the wrong spot? I thought we had a new one. I thought I had a new one. No, this is thumbnails for... Maybe I put it in here accidentally? Yeah, I put it in here accidentally. This needs to go into here. So this is the one we did recently. This is from the new show. This takes 2 hours to do. You know, that's why I like doing them, because they're fun to design. They're easy to source the parts for. You can build up a fleet, and, you know, so it's a lot of fun. So this is the shuttle that all the new Jedi take in Acolyte with the hyperspace wing on the back that its wings unfold, right? And then it can attach to that. So these are fun. I like doing them. I'll probably keep doing them until I can't use this software anymore, until somebody finally goes, you know what, Star Wars is just really over. I'll be like, well, all right. I haven't really done a huge project in a while, other than the stadium. And I'd like to kind of keep that on track if I can keep working on that. But that's harder to do because it's such a big thing that it's hard to kind of keep up with. Star Wars will never die. So I was thinking, okay, so it looks like its shoulders kind of go a little bit above the midline. Thinking maybe, and I'm going to turn this off now. Turn this back to gray. So we had a good time last night. My karaoke voice is just gone. I can sing one or two songs now, and they all sound like I've got a gravelly, shouty voice instead of like the nice rock voice that I used to have. And it gets really depressing. So I'm just kind of over it, I guess. But we had a really good time. I also noticed something. There are two different karaoke types of people. There are the types of people who just want to sing because they like singing, or they're pretty good at it. And then there are the types that want to get up on stage with all their friends and sing. My wife has a wonderful voice. She comes from a long line of musicians and singers and guitar players and stuff in her family, and yet she will not sing unless she's just in the car, which is fine. But when she does get up on stage with all her friends and sing, I'm like, you should get up and sing your own song. She's like, no, that's okay. But if she get, if 5 girls want to get up there and sing You Ought to Know, they're all like, let's go sing. I'm like, okay. So we're out with co-workers. Our friend got invited out to do this with all her co-workers, and so she invited us. And every time they'd get up, they're like, come up, come sing with us. I'm like, no, I'm okay. But they're like, but we saw you on stage earlier singing. You were doing good. I'm like, I know. I just don't want to do it with a group of people. So it's kind of, I don't know. I already feel weird. Like, as a theater kid, I feel weird being on stage once I'm done singing. But while I'm up there, I'm like, this is fine. This is great. Look at people singing them, whatever. As soon as I'm done, I'm like, I got to get off of here. Odd feeling. Let's see. Clip. But we did have a good time. I wonder if this would be useful. It's got these little squirrely legs. I'm not really sure how to deal with these yet. I'll make these white. These need to rotate a little better. I think I need to get a different piece in here. So, good idea. Let's try something else. Round plate. Bar. This might be better, because then I can... It's a shoulder that I can put stuff on. And I don't think it comes in white. It doesn't. So it's going to have to be light blue-gray, but I can put stuff on it. So Brick Rodeo's coming up. That's the big thing. That's going to happen starting Wednesday. We're going to go get stuff out of storage and start loading up at the hotel. Wednesday night, Thursday morning is when most people are going to start packing in, setting up. The festivities start Thursday with some, opening ceremonies and some talks and games and stuff. I need to build out a schedule, and figure out exactly what my volunteer time is going to be spent doing, because quite a few of us, like the co-chairs, we're running some of the events, plus we're backups to the leads, plus we're like generally just floating around trying to be helpful, plus we've got our own stuff we have on display, plus we're like helping organize all the displays and running all the, setting everything up. So it's going to be a real tight schedule, and I got to make sure that I get it all done. Otherwise, I'm just going to be running around going, I think I'm missing this, Oh, yeah. Good. I'm glad that went well. Let's see if I can... Is this new piece? I know this comes in white. Can this be useful at all? It doesn't really... Yeah, I'm glad that went well. Glad it's all coming together. I think we've got... I need to check my email, but I think we've also got some ad. I'm waiting to buy ad space for KUTX to run some ads on KUTX for the show. So I'm just waiting to hear back from the dude who's helping us organize it, because he's like, it's usually about 5 days to get it in, which means it'll start running Thursday and it'll end on next Tuesday. And I'm like, well, that doesn't do us any good. He's like, but I think I can rush it through 2-3 days. So I need to make sure to let him know that we want to do it. And hopefully he is checking his emails and stuff today. So don't need that up. Need to keep that up. Keep that up. Okay. Sorry, I just get tab bloat sometimes. Ooh, this would be a good piece. Maybe. These are older pieces, kind of. And I'm not really sure. I might try to use them because it'd be good for his little hands. But the... Pelt. Yeah, the schedule is going to be a little weirder this year. I'm going to try to be more... Last time I was... So in Houston, when I was there, I wasn't signed up for really anything. I didn't sign up for a whole lot of games. Maybe raise that up. So I just kind of floated around. I sat at my own booth a lot, or my own table a lot, showing off my MOC. And wasn't as voluntary as probably could be. So this year I want to make sure that I'm helpful, more helpful. 2 years ago in Austin, I feel like we did a lot. That's actually really good. And this can be white. I know that comes in white. Have you ever done the build together thing in studio? We tried it. Um, so it was me and I think Johnny and Kodiak did it, and maybe Vab too. I think the four of us were trying to do stuff in it, and it worked like kind of. There were problems with us connecting to whoever was running it, because it basically acts like your own server, so it has to. Um, you have to have a pretty decent connection for people to. It's not like it connects to Bricklink's servers or anything. It's basically connecting to you as like a proxy server, and the problems we ran into was like at some point if somebody saves, it'll change how you're seeing everybody else. So you're all building in the same space, but if somebody, like, we would do this where we're moving kind of off to the sides, and then if I'd go check on them, like if I'd move over and look at what they're doing, and but I could also see what they're doing on stream, they were different, right? Like Vab would be over here building something, and I look over on our build space, and there's like 3 pieces there, but he's got a complete thing. So it kind of works. Like I think if it's just 2 people, it'd be fine. I think 4 people probably pushed it a little bit. I'm also trying to think of a good way, a good use for it. Because it feels like you could probably do a similar thing by just building separately, but being able to watch each other. Build together almost feels like a developer tool. Like you may be working with, let's open this up to like a group of 10 who are working on this project, and rather than and I'm just guessing this may be a process, but let's say I'm presenting a build to somebody, and instead of them saying, I have an idea, why don't you use this piece? And there's the confusion of it's this piece. No, it's not that piece. It's this. And if you don't know the number, you don't really know. So if somebody else could just pop in and say, no, it's right here, try this, spin it like that, attach it here, it's a lot better than trying to do that verbally. That's my only use case for it. Otherwise, I don't know that it's... I feel like it may be a feature that's going to go away because I haven't heard anybody use it. But yeah, the idea of it was good. Like, I liked the idea of it because all 4 of us could be working on a thing at the same time, for fun. We did a stream where we were all building. We would like spin a wheel and get different. We'd have to pick an animal, and we'd have to pick a style to build in, and all this kind of stuff. It was fun. I got some really weird creations out of it. So yeah, I think anybody I would do it. I think that anybody who would work in studio might be able to do that too, just to kind of, play around with ideas. Let's see. I want to kind of... He's got these little spines on his back. I want to try to replicate a little bit. Not too much, because I don't think I'm going to be able to. Plus, there's limiting... Whatever I put in here has to be round, or else this pipe doesn't go through it. So... Like, I can't just put a plate in there now, because that hose is going through it. So you can't do that. But these are rounded, so it goes in between that. So, hopefully I didn't stick myself with an impossible project. And again, it's not going to give nearly the same amount of mobility as like some hinges. So this is a test, obviously, just to see how it works. But see how it goes. I need these to be spaced better. These are already good. That's cool. I think one more maybe. $15,535. This might be good if I'm trying to fill in an area, but this pretty much ends. That would pretty much end that. I wouldn't be able to attach anything to that. I was just using these to space this area right in here. And it looks like it's kind of hard to tell. What did I do with my search? I may have gotten rid of it. It looks like it's got a little bitty pouch kind of underneath. So it's not perfectly cylindrical, so it's got this little pouch that it sits on. It gets a little wider in its hips, basically. The whole reason to have the orange in here is to give it the illusion of these orange cables and stuff. So but now I can kind of rotate these arms down a little bit like that. And this is kind of the same thing. This is a scale where it's, as long as it's small, people aren't going to get too bent out of shape about it not looking perfect. But I think the arms need to be a little more slender. So maybe not these. Maybe this instead. And then I don't know, just playing with stuff just to see what it looks like. I know that like the Watcher's only got 2 joints, its hips and its ankle. It doesn't have anything in its knee here, so. Hello. What's up, Kodiak? We were just talking about you. We weren't talking about you. Was it in your car or in your head? Well, I was listening to it in my car and out of my head. Gotcha. Yeah, Agosami, friend from the lug, George, was talking about doing that build together option in studio, and I was like, oh yeah, the 4 of us tried that, and it worked. There was like an initial connection and everybody kind of was able to log in, but after a while it wasn't keeping up with what people were building, and it was just better to kind of look on stream to see what everyone was doing. So let's see. I don't need that. I want that. So this may not be the greatest idea to get him to be a little movable, but I think that's starting to get a little big. So maybe we'll cut this a little short and figure out his head a little bit, which again, I don't know about that like slit eye thing. I don't know how we're going to do that. There's always the tiles you can do in light blue, light trans blue, trans light blue. If you can figure out how it's held, that might be a good thing. Because it doesn't look like it's being held by much. And whatever it is has to be held on both sides. And its head's not terribly big. So yeah. How you been, Kodiak? Haven't seen you in a while. How's things? Doing any Lego fun related stuff lately, or film related stuff, gaming stuff? There's also this tile that can do the same thing. And because it's a slit, I might be able to kind of get away with doing a square eye. I don't know. Busy, busy. And yourself, we've got a convention coming up. So busy doing that. Brick Rodeo starts Wednesday. So I have today, tomorrow, and Tuesday I'm all packed. Like I'm all ready to go. Today and tomorrow and Tuesday to basically get my second trivia game done, which will be a lot lighter than the first one. The first one's done. I'm very proud of it. And I hope I can score it right. I have to print up answer sheets for people. And I don't exactly know where I'm going to do that. I have to come up with, again, a second trivia game that's a little lighter. That's only an hour. And it's going to be for like kids and stuff during the day. And then I'm going to do a studio talk, but I don't think I need to come up with like an outline for it. I'll just go through the basics, and by then an hour will have passed. Awesome. Your Mars base all done? So I might go back to the little mixel joint body. That's what I have for the scroungers and the scrappers. You can see it's just a little mixel joint there. This is probably easier to work with than this tube thing, but the tube thing I feel like is unique. So I might keep trying to work with this. But the other option, let's bring up the other option so you can see it a little more clear. God, I got too many of these microfighters. It's just too many. Hey, Frankie, thank you very much. Scrounger. So this is technically the scrapper version, which is really weird. They have a animal called the scrapper in the first game, and then they have one in the second game called a scrounger. And as you can see, they're almost exactly the same. Like when you get into the game a little bit, you're kind of like, well, why wasn't a scrounger or scrapper in this? They're basically the same thing, right? They're just, their heads are a little different. But you can see the body is basically just these mixel joints. And I might try to, you can see how they're kind of put together. So this might be something to do because these technically will twist and rotate and bend and stuff. And it's a good size. It's probably a pretty good size. So this is always an option. I could lower, you could lower the legs on brackets instead of these things. I'd really like a piece that was a 1x1 bracket, but it went on both sides. So it kind of like went over it, a piece like that. I think that'd be a useful piece. So yeah, this is a doable thing versus this guy. I'm trying to get inspiration for the legs too, because so the legs could be thinner, which means it probably doesn't have to be this. I was thinking about this. That's what I wanted to go for. Clip plate. It's a tech slug party in here. Ooh, I hope the convention goes well. Yeah, I've got 4 new jets I'm collecting pieces for. Nice. Clip plates. Are they ones you designed? Are they someone else's design? Are they Darth's design? No, I didn't want those clip plates. I wanted... Oh, that might work. Speaking of, I haven't seen him stream in a while. I know he still does, and I know he's uploaded some videos. It'd be good to see him again. Reminder that in about 2 weeks, July 11th through the what was it? July 11th through the 14th. I'm fully expecting the rest of my family to call me to wish me happy birthday here any day now. Or any time now. So if my phone rings, I apologize. Because no one remembers that I've been doing this 4 years. Nobody remembers that I stream this time. July 11th, technically I think July 10th, like late through Sunday the 14th, is the 72-hour community live stream event. Lego YouTubers, mostly live streamers from around the world, will be doing their live streams consecutively. So there'll be a schedule about who's doing what when. I'll have that up. I want to do my thumbnails pretty soon before I forget about it. So you have them on the schedule. And then everybody would have a schedule, and like I would be on my normal time, and then I would throw it over to Who's Your Bricks or whoever's after me, Bunny Bricks, something like that. Click and Cliff will be doing stuff. I don't know if Kodiak's doing anything. I haven't heard if Johnny or Vab are doing anything. But it's that group, you know, it's like the live streamer group kind of thing. So they're all going to be doing stuff. I want to keep these legs short, but I want to give them a little pause. I want to give them these for pause. So maybe not as many segments. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's going to be a lot to jam in here. You won't have time this year, sadly? Yeah, I think I may have, as I took up 2 slots this year because I'm like, well, I'm streaming on both those times anyway. I'll just take those 2 slots. But I told Haley Bricks, I was like, because I saw she messaged me, and then I went to check the message, and the message was gone, which I was like, can you do that? I'd be happy to, you know, bow out of a time if somebody else needed that time. And like, no, these people sign up late and then get all mad because they didn't get the time they wanted, but they'd signed up late. So I'm like, okay, well, you know, you run the thing. You just let me know. I'm totally willing to. I'm kind of glad I didn't, though, because in years past, I've always been the one who's like acquiesced to the forces that run the event and giving up my time slots. When I started, it was like, well, the only time slot we have is like 4:30 in the morning. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm not streaming from Australia, so this is going to be weird, but so I like the clips because they kind of are a good friction piece, but I don't like them sometimes because you have to stack them. And that's maybe what I have to do here. And it looks like this was backwards. Maybe that might help. But yeah, keep an eye out for that this year. Should be fun. I don't know exactly what I'm going to be doing. Maybe I'll save Bumblebee for one of those. Honestly, by the time I'm able to stream again, that's probably the only time I'm going to be able to do it. Because let's see, yeah, that'll work perfectly. Because Bumblebee will be out tomorrow. And I'm sure all the RFLMs have already done videos of it. I haven't looked at YouTube for it lately, but It comes out tomorrow, which means they would have done it 2 weeks ago or a week ago. But it hits the store tomorrow, so I'll probably just get it online and have it shipped. And then Thursday and Sunday I won't be able to stream, so that following Thursday will be the 11th, so I can do it then. So that'll be both streams, because I don't know how many pieces that is. Let's look, because that feels like it could be a 2-stream. It's only $70, 950 pieces. I feel like a 950 piece set might be able to get done in one go, but we'll see. Maybe I'll get a gift with purchase and we'll work on that too. So what jet did you design? Did I miss that? That's backwards. That needs to be able to bend the other way. Lengthen the body out and then the little hands. And these come in dark blue gray. And then clip plate. What set have you purchased recently that you got around to building? What set have you purchased recently that I haven't gone around to building? Maybe. Nothing. I've got like 5 or 6 backlog things that are like some gift with purchases and some employee gift things for being part of the LAN. But nothing. I haven't really bought anything recently. I've been saving up for so much stuff, and the budget for Lego has been low because I knew I was going to have to pay for lug bulk, and probably saving up a little to buy something at Brick Rodeo. This can be black. So yeah, I don't have a lot currently. I have a police helicopter, but I don't think anyone wants me to build that. Because ACAB, even Lego. I have an older set that I got from somebody. It's an older space set. I don't even know when this came out, but I got it from a person at work who was getting rid of a lot of stuff. So, and I haven't put this together. I was thinking of putting it up here with all the other space stuff, but it feels like a smaller version of all that, like the lander and the Saturn V. So I don't know. Yeah, it's super old. But it's all in pieces. I mean, it would take about 10 minutes to build, probably. But that's really all I have that's not built. The Con MOC from 2 years ago. I have some holiday stuff that I'm kind of saving for the holidays to build. That's it. Yeah, not a ton. I was at the Lego store yesterday dropping off flyers, and I was like, well, I'll pick up something while I'm here, and then I didn't. I was like, it's too close to my birthday. I don't know what Beth may have got me. It's kind of rude to buy presents for yourself when it's that close to your birthday. It's a pretty good shot of its head. So you can tell that the burrowers are kind of different depending on when you run into them. I think there's like apex burrowers, because you can see inside some of these have little gears in their mouths versus just little hooks. I think this is an apex burrower. So in the game, Zero Dawn didn't have this, but Forbidden West did. In Zero Dawn, like, you could see animals that just kind of got a little more armor as you went along. And you could knock off more components, and you'd have to knock off like some shielded pieces in order to get to these components. In Forbidden West, they have these things called Apex machines, which are the exact same machines, but they have slightly different, like this one, it has like giant gears on its mouth instead of two little, it's got these things instead of two little hooks. Sometimes they're like a gold color or more yellowy. And they're a little stronger, and their attacks do a little more damage. So if you can avoid running into them, all the better. But if we were to do an Apex one, which I don't want to do, so I'm not going to worry about it, because I don't want to have to worry about those little gears in its mouth. But it's mostly, it looks like it's these little, because that one may be a Apex too. See, these just have these little hooks, and that's kind of where I'm going to base that on. And I think that could be that part hook. 2003. Oh, not terribly old, but, 20 years old. Oh, cool. I do have in a box still, but it's a second. I have a second ornithopter that I'm just gonna hang on to sell. Like, I have this set. It's not really a set. Oh, wait a minute. It's just a people pack, and it's got some stuff in it. This is one of the more coveted people packs because it has a lot of people in it. And that tent, the tent's just like plastic or fabric that you fold or whatever. It has an eagle in it, which is good. It has some printed tiles, which is kind of cool. But it's just a lot of different people and accessories and stuff. This isn't building anything. This is putting people together. So that would take all of 10 minutes. I don't really have anything that's more than, a couple minutes worth of stuff. Oh, wow. I hadn't thought of that. An old Dirty Brickster set. That's not a bad idea. Honestly, I think that's great. When is Old Dirty Brickster? Do I have it up here still? Schedule. 8 p.m. Thursday? Really? That seems early. Is there another one? Old Dirty Brickster. Okay. Oh, cool. Yeah. Used complete sets are okay if from before 2010. So let's look. He hasn't responded yet. Okay, good. That was set number. Where did I put it? Oh, it's in the chat anyway. 7468. Like 7468. So this is, let's see, its condition is used, but complete. And more options, US. Search. Ooh. Yeah, my box is not in great condition. Yeah, I could do that. Or this could be an auction piece, maybe. I don't know that it would get more than maybe 50, 60 bucks, but something to think about. All right, head. So I want something up here. I think I'm going to push this back a little bit. Something to connect that will give me the ability to... Hey, Walter and Mariana, boa tarde to you. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Thanks for being here. I hope you're doing well. Hope your weekend went well. I hope things are going well out there. This will be a round plate. Ooh. Still not feeling all that great. Still feeling the... Now, can I put something on here to make it a movable piece? Up and down, maybe, at the very least. Let's move that back a little farther, even. That in there. And then we'll do... So its head's pretty big, so we got a little bit to work with here. What do you guys got planned for the week, Mariana and Walter? How are your football teams doing? Bar, nope. Clip. Bar holder. Are these gonna be too big? I was gonna use these as part of the face. Getting the happy birthdays from everybody. Somebody jokes on Facebook. It's like happy 24 hours of notifications a day. I think it's funny. Is that too big for the head? I can figure out how to put one of these in here. That. Oh, y'all, I'm playing Ghost of Tsushima, which is a very, very good game. If you like open world and you like big sprawling stories and you like fetch quests and you like beautiful scenery and lovely music and kind of, if you wanted to, times where you could just get on your horse or walk for miles, minutes, and not do anything, this is a perfect game for you. It's very Horizon Zero Dawn, very Red Dead Redemption kind of feel, but it's feudal Japan. It's in an island in between kind of the mainland and the Korean Peninsula. So at that point, China or the Mongols had taken over, and so it's this little bitty island. So it's between mainland and the rest of Japan, or Kyoto, I forget what it was called back then. So you're in this little bitty island, and you have to. You are a samurai who is who they're trying to fight back the Mongols, and they end up getting wiped out. And the Mongol leader kind of takes over the island, and so you're trying to take it back. But you're having an internal struggle with like your father's dead, and there's a legacy of him being not a great person, and so now you're kind of almost being adopted by your uncle, who is also a samurai, but he wants you to fight honor. But a lot of your fighting technique is like taught to you by this thief friend of yours, so you're kind of like sneaking up on people and assassinating them and using like poison and things that they don't like, kind of thing. What I tell you, give me 1 second. up and yeah, it's getting to that point. I did. I called him yesterday and he called me today and we talked, so we're good. We chatted. He's fine. They went on hikes yesterday and it's kind of the same thing as me. It's like, I just kind of want to, have a meal with my friends and that's kind of it. We're getting to that age. I'm like, yeah, I know. So, yeah. Whatever you got to do. Yeah. Will do. I love you too. Okay, I'll try. I'll talk to you later. 4 years, nobody remembers that I do this on Sunday morning. I had 2 calls. 4 years, and my family don't remember that I do this on Sunday morning. Sorry, everybody. And I'm back. Hey, what's up, Cliff? Thanks for being here. Sorry I was away. I was getting birthday wish phone calls from the fam. So that's fun. Everybody's doing well. How you doing, Cliff? How's your weekend going? Trying to figure out a good way to attach this. So I know I can do this, but it wouldn't be very lined up. Oh, so what I was talking about before I got a phone call was that I'm playing this game and I really like this game. It's open world, stuff. That's too big. That's just going to be too big. You have a horse that you ride around on which you ride around. And you can name your horse, and you get armor for the horse, and you can get different paints and dyes to give your horse saddle and armor and stuff different colors. And you come to, kind of rely on your horse for a lot of things. And at one point, like, you get saddlebags, which means you can store more armaments in your saddlebags. You have more arrows and shurikens and stuff like that. And you get to the end of the second act. And this is going to be a spoiler, so if you want to play this game, and I highly recommend it, mute this for like 10 minutes, maybe 3 minutes. Starting now, you get captured at the end of the second act by basically your uncle. Like, you and your uncle go into war together to topple the Mongols, but you do it in a way that he doesn't like. It's not honorable, so he strips you of your... he says the Shogun has okayed me to adopt you and make you my heir, but because you've acted this way, I don't want you part of my house anymore. So you've been stripped of your title, and we're gonna arrest you. So you're in jail. A friend of yours that you've made along the way comes and breaks you out, and then you flee the castle, and you find your horse, and you're leaving the castle, and they see you, and they start shooting arrows at you, and your horse gets hit in the flank. And you keep running, right? And then it's a cutscene, and a while later, your horse starts getting a little lame and eventually falls over and dies. And you're like... And so I'm sitting there playing it, and I just go, no! And Beth's like, from the other room, what's wrong? I'm like, my horse died! It's a very Artex moment. It's the cutscene is you're literally laying down on the ground, petting its head, while its big old eyes look up at you, and it just dies. And you're like, dang, man! I didn't need this to happen in a fun open world video game. Like, oh man. Let's see. So, but it's a very, very good game. Like, I think it won Game of the Year a couple times, and it's well deserved because it's very good. Let's just do mod bar, see what comes up. I may be missing a piece that would be useful. its head may be that big. So if I wanted to, do this illegal move where you put this. You put this. This isn't illegal because Lego has done it, but it won't do it in Studio at all. So you have to kind of do it on your own. This would be okay to do. Have to figure out how to get maybe even turn this around. Turn these both around. Or I could just do the one tile. So there's a funny, my family doesn't, my parents are divorced and my brother doesn't talk to either parent. So there is it's kind of an ongoing joke with me and Beth that if it's Christmas or a birthday or something like that, I will get a call. I will get 3 calls. And if I don't call them, like I'm fully expecting my dad to call like any second now. And it's usually like within a half hour. Sometimes it's even the same like minute. Like everybody wants to call it 10 a.m. or something. It's just hilarious. And I'm not like bemoaning anything. Like they're, you know, I love my family. It's just kind of funny. Oh. And I think that last pause I lost everybody. So that's cool. So this can be, I can even put this on the back here like this. Get rid of that. It's not really raised up all that much, so maybe something else. The problem is, it's like I need it to be snaky. I need it to be flexible. So the body is flexible, but now this part isn't, and it's a little distracting. Because now I'm wanting to go back to just it being on, everything being hinged. Oh, you've been driving? Oh, cool. That'd be a great place to do a shoot like that. Nice. Okay. Thanks, Missy. Thanks for hanging out. Frankie's always there. Y'all, Frankie's got a Lego room with like a big TV on it. Kind of like a stand-up workstation, then just like a big TV on the wall. And he's like, it's funny because I'll put you on in the background while I'm building, and it's just your giant head. And I'm like, no. Frankie's eternal. I'm always here. It's Sam from Game Changers, and I've been here the whole time. Man, this isn't coming together like how I want to at all. It just doesn't look right. I kind of want to just take this middle part here and work with it instead. Like just this part right here. And start over. Yeah, my oldest child has they let me use their login for Dropout, and that's kind of the only show I really watch. I like Smarty Pants, but I don't like every presentation in Smarty Pants. What's the noise? Something noises. It's a little too improv-y for me, but it's still funny. Actually, I still like, but I was never a big fan of Iffy as a contestant. And so when they were like, he's going to be the new host, I'm like, oh, dang it. But he's better. He's good as the host. Like I'm still okay with that. It's a fun show. Make some noise. That's it. Yeah. It makes some noise. Is a little improv-y for me. I like seeing the clips of it later versus watching a whole thing. And those are the only shows I've really gotten into. I know there's a ton more. The news broadcast one's really funny. So yeah, it's some good shows. I don't know that this is the way to do this, but because then I could make his head stand up a little bit more. Nope, that's not the way I want it to go. I could put little legs on the side. Come on, man. This is so frustrating. Go back that way. Some screen refresh pops it back over to OBS all the time. And it's infuriating. So I could do another one of these for the tail. But again, these are colors that I don't really like. Because these are the only colors these pieces come in. So you kind of have to give them other colors to make it look better, kind of thing. And again, I try to get some orange accents in here for the... They're not muscles, but they're like coils. They're like constrictor coils that simulate muscles. But they're always like orange copper kind of thing. Is this about the same length as I was going for here? Probably. Yeah, this is just too much. I think this is just going to be a problem. Let's keep the leg. Copy that out for later. I'll get rid of all this. I know it was a good idea. It felt fun, but I think it's too complicated. I'll just try to keep it simple. These are very small, and they don't have to be like great because again, it's going to be. Hopefully, it's only going to be about this big. You know, I can't make it any bigger than that because they're not that big of a thing. And as it is, its head, I feel like its head's going to be monstrous comparatively. Connector bar. These are great pieces. If I could like get a better use for this back half here. But this is a great use for something that you could attach legs to and keep it skinny. Something like this. The other option is a 1x1 Technic. So I think the rest of the day is just going to be chilling out. Because yesterday was a lot. Is that about the same width? Yeah, it's about the same width. And I'm going to need a day to rehydrate and just rest. Beth's like, what do you want to do for lunch? And I thought about going to see a movie, but I was like, maybe I don't want to see a movie today. Maybe I just want to not go anywhere. I think this already looks better. Because then I can just kind of repeat the legs in the back without the and repeat this whole thing. So I think we're gonna get Pokeball after this. Been craving some rice and fish and veggies. And I can put his big old head up in here somewhere. Get rid that. This is in the way. That's an extra piece. And now I can put this weird little tail extension thing on here. Ooh, you know what? Better. Let's do another one of these. Another one of these. And then I can make this more of a bar thing. Ooh, I wonder what chainsaw colors I can get. Dark bluish gray. Nice. I'll do one more barb back here. That may be too big. And then a cheese wedge. I've already asked everybody what their plans are for the rest of the week. I know some of us are going to be doing Brick Rodeo. So that's some of our plans. What about the rest of y'all? See, this is what I don't like. I know this rotates more than just this one way. So you got to take the whole thing off. And then it's like, yeah, now I can move it. That's pretty good. I think that's a good size. I'm off for the week, just trying to get some videos uploaded. Nice. Studio work videos, more your ideas. Oh, by the way, for those who aren't in our lug, I'll go ahead and share this. George, would you rather your name, because it's spelled Jorge, is it Jorge or is it George? Because I'm always curious. There's a guy named Atilano in our group, but he writes AJ, and I don't know if that's a space thing, but I called him AJ, and he's actually like, I like Atilano, and I was like, okay, so I have to ask. George is good. Okay, cool. So George has an idea set, and I'm wondering if I can find it by how I've not share my creativity. There should be like a, I did this. I supported this. Supporting. There we go. George has done a dice tower. I'm trying to find it. It's also in, I think you posted it in Discord. I try not doing Discord while I'm streaming because it kind of, I feel like it tries to take over the, Oh, it's not? Okay. Where did you put it? Or did I just stumble on it? Or is it on like Instagram or something? Anyway. Where did I put? Oh, I just... Lego ideas. Let's do Dice Tower. There it is. Is that you? No. Yours was an actual... Oh, that's right. Here we go. There it is. So, everybody go support that Lego Ideas thing. It's very cool. Yeah, man. Gotta stick together. And I've done 2 at Lego, not a ton. But I know shopping for votes is really hard because there's so many places that are like, we want to be inclusive and we want to get everybody recognized and you're all good builders and share your ideas, unless it's an ideas thing or unless you're trying to pimp your own video, or it's like as soon as it becomes something where you're not just showing a picture of a build, you're like, hey, this is what I'm building, but I need votes, or I would like more subscribers or something like that. People are like, no. So I mean, it gets real dodgy. I kind of want to do these hammers again. These are great. Little jaw things. Instead of these barbs. Nope. I don't want to delete that. Oh, hey, cool. Thank you. Except they're a little long. These are a little long. But these are pretty long too, so maybe I could shorten this somehow and be I really need a piece that's this, but it has 2 on each end. Because this might work too, but this is such a big piece comparatively. And it's not even the right angle. Okay, so maybe not that. This was still the best one, but it's so big. I think we also had not this piece, but that doing stuff here, which might be okay. So we'll have to see. $270. Gotta be exact with these measurements, man. Hey, cheers, Frankie. That's better. I like that. We do 2 of these together. Let's copy and mirror. That way they're together. And then there's going to be a piece over the top. Curved slope, I think. But maybe this one? Is that too big? In white. And And then I've got a lot of room in here to do something with this tile on a plate. Technically, I just had an idea. Technically, it doesn't have to be wedged in between the plates like that, but Lego has done this, where you put a plate in between the claw thing, the clip, for things like space readouts, or they like their space sets where they've got a clip and a little like display tile that you just kind of put in there. So this would be a lot more useful, because then this is something that I could build around, versus this, which once you take up the studs here, you can't use those studs for anything. So this might be a little more helpful. But knowing that you can use a clip there might be a little more helpful in the long run. And if we wanted to put something like this on top of these guys, I didn't think I'd have the part in time for Brick Rodeo, so I didn't submit it. I wish I would have. Oh, which... Oh, okay. Yeah. Sometimes with Brick Rodeo, or with lug bulk, too. Does that work? We don't get the parts for a long time. Like, sometimes, like, this was pretty fast, all things considered. June or whatever it was. Because sometimes I know we haven't got our stuff till like August. That's just in the way. So we're going to do this. Somehow get that in over here. I haven't even looked through my lug bulk yet. I know I'm not really supposed to talk about lug bulk, but I will talk about it enough to say that I haven't gone through what we got this year yet, to make sure. Like, I know Missy looked through yours and was like, I'm missing pieces. That's kind of okay. Oops. There's a lot of stuff in the back, so I could even do one of these. Seeing, where did it go? Just disappeared. Nope, that won't work. Yeah, it will. It totally, like... Yep, there it is. That drives me crazy so much. Like, especially zoomed in, you don't see the build plane shoot off into infinity because you moved a part and it just went all the way out there. And then, yeah, you're trying to, like, do instructions for it later, and it's like, step number 27, and it's got this piece way over here. You're like, I don't remember seeing that. Okay, so I'm going to take a break on the head because that's not where I wanted it to be, but it's better than I think what we had before, and I think the size is going to be good. I'll just kind of put it where I think it should go and try to connect it later. That might be a little. This might be starting to get a little too big. I don't want it much bigger. Like it can't be much bigger than the Watcher because that's the size they are, and I'm just noticing how much bigger it is. So this is kind of a thing where it looks good and it may almost be to scale, but it's not. And I don't know why it's pushing the build plane so low, but so yeah, this is gargantuan compared to let's see if we can do a Burrower and a Watcher if they're ever, because I don't remember ever seeing these together to know how big. Like once you get into Zero Dawn, or Forbidden West, there isn't really a like Watchers are kind of absent at that point. And you can kind of see they do the same thing where they pop their little heads up. Watchers do. I'm so excited to do this one, the Claw Strider. This is gonna be so much fun. Look at that. We had chainsaws for jaws, man. This is gonna be a rad. I already see like 4 or 5 pieces or bits on here that I can. I already planned them out in my head. Like it's gonna be great, and it's a rideable one, so you got to leave a little opening for Aloy to sit on or whoever. Oh, it's gonna be great. Look at that face. It's gonna be so cool. But yeah, this may be a little. Oh, this is kind of cute. A Watcher versus a Burrower. But yeah, see there. This is art. I get it, but it's roughly the same. Oh, perfect. Nope. That's not what I want. I just want the image. So what you can do is, in some areas, I think mostly computer sandbox stuff, you can tweak it so you can have machines, and there's YouTube channels that do this, that they pit machines against each other, but it's like Apex Juggernaut versus Demonic Frostclaw or something like that. And they just kind of fight and you see who wins. But those are great at size comparisons, right? So if you know that one machine type is X amount size, you can compare it to that. I'm always looking for pictures of like machines against other machines or machines with Aloy in the background or something like that. That's like, I don't have a VR rig, so that's the one thing I'm going to be short of in my knowledge of all things Horizon is that game. And I don't think it adds a lot to the lore because you're a different character and you're just going off on fetch quests, basically, is from what I understood. And you, like, at one point you run into Aloy, and then you see her fighting something off in the distance, but your thing is not really doing the same thing she is. But I still want to be able to do it. So I might go watch, like, somebody do a run through video or something. So at least I can see it. But yeah, you can see how big she is compared to a Burrower. And while this probably works, I think it being bigger than a Scrounger might be a problem. But maybe it's not that much bigger. Oh, well. If I could narrow down the head, maybe this isn't too bad of a size. I'll have to play with it a little bit. I think I'm done for the day, though. I'll go ahead and save this. My voice is starting to give a little bit. I fried it last night at karaoke, and I'm very congested. And it's my birthday, and I'm gonna stop a little early and go rest and go back to playing Ghost of Tsushima because that was an amazing game. I highly recommend it. Make sure you go get George's ideas link and go support that. Happy birthday to your brother too, Missy. Thank you very much. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Frankie, Missy, Glenn, I will see you at George. I will see you at Brick Rodeo in like 4 days. Kodiak, I hope you're doing well. Don't text and drive. Don't chat and drive. And then I think that was it. I think that's all we had on today. So thanks guys for keeping me company. And I hope you have a good week. I will not be here Thursday or Sunday coming up, but I'll be back on the 11th for 72-hour community live stream. So I'll post some thumbnails and information about that in my community tab and schedule some streams for that. So, and I'll have Bumblebee with me. So we'll do that. Yeah, take care, everybody. I hope you have a good rest of your weekend, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.